I purchased a house, 3015 Garland, between Goethe and Charlevoix. 6 doors down from my house on the corner of Charlevoix and Garland is a house with a historical sign out there from O.H. Sweet. The sign is on the house. It's a historical house now. I purchased my house with 6 doors down going towards Goethe on the same side of that. Dr. Sweet had a big thing back in the 20s saying that he shot a white man. Dr. Sweet also had one of the biggest hospitals for blacks back in that time on St. Aubin. His hospital was on St. Aubin down near Madison or Mullet, down around in that area. I'm speaking back in the 30s. I can remember Dr. Sweet's hospital back then. I didn't know Dr. Sweet, but I knew of him. And should you visit on the east side now, right on the corner, directly on the corner, I would say it would be on the east, west. It would be on the west. It would be on the southwest corner. That house that's on the southwest corner, there is a sign up there, historical house. They made that a historical house. Dr. Sweet was very prominent in the city of Detroit at that time, back in the 20s. And down the street was where I owned my home. That's where my kids were raised, down there. In Detroit, we had, it was very divided, as I told you. I came out of a place you call Black Bottom. And I was asked, what was Black Bottom? And I'll always tell the same thing. Birds of the feather flock together. In Black Bottom, there were Germans, Italians, black, and a couple of Chinese. The Purple Gang was operating at that time, and they had a place down on Lafayette in Black Bottom. Black Bottom extended basically from Jefferson, Jefferson is where Belle Isle is, the boulevard, to downtown. And back up, going west, you could get up as far as Gratiot or a little above. All of that section was called Black Bottom. Now, because of the heavy work in Detroit, the heavy industry work, the automobile plants and things, the blacks and the few whites were migrating from the south to the north for work. Whenever you come into Detroit, if a black person came into Detroit, well, where are you going? I'm going over to my cousin. I'm going to stay with my cousin. Now, where does your cousin live? In Black Bottom. That was basically why it was called that. And we had a heavy black business. It extended down. We had the 2 hospitals then. I'm speaking back in my teenage days. We had two hospitals that 2 big hospitals. Sweet had a hospital. Trinity Hospital was black. St. Mary's used to be down on St. Antwine, next to the most famous hospital we had, the Receiving, which was across from the police complex. across the street from St. Antoine, where the Fords football field is, the Tigers, the Comerica Park, all of that was Paradise Valley. Black, heavy, prominent businesses, the 3 Sixes, many hotels, the big bands, the Duke Ellington days, the Count Basie days. They used to come and perform and stay down at Paradise Valley. The highways cut out one of our major streets where the Jewish and the blacks owned, and it was known all over the country, all over the world. Hastings. Mm-hmm. Whenever you have a person from any place in the country come, where is Hastings Street? Well, let's straight. The Jews and the blacks owned Hastings. That was all. The Jews for the money. The Jews had the money, and they helped the blacks. They hired the blacks, and the blacks. That was Hastings. There is a section of Hastings that still is here. If you go to Boulevard, East Grand Boulevard, and you go past Russell, just to the left, down where the Humane Society is, just to the left, there's a little strip of Hastings Street still there. There's a theater on Hastings Street that the people go to now.
I remember growing up, hearing about Hastings Street.
Well, Hastings was a very, very popular street.
Yeah.
And the Jews and the blacks were there. The freeways cut that out.
But a lot of businesses. I mean, it was
a lot of businesses.
Thriving, right?
Another prominent street with a lot of businesses. 12th. There were businesses, restaurants, and everything. When the riot of '67 came, they burnt our city up, and it has never been replaced. Mm-hmm. Just a moment, I got a phone call, cut it.